All right, my man, state your name and let them know you on Real Talk with Nick.
Yeah, my name is Dwayne, and I'm on Real Talk with Nick.
That's what's up, man. And are you a Nick fan, sir?
Yes and no,
Okay.
because I used to love the Knicks, but when Dolan took over the team, they seemed like they couldn't draft the right players, and plus that the Knicks, when they draft somebody 3 years later, you look and see he on another team. They don't keep their draft picks and try to develop them. It's all about development with the Knicks. They don't do it.
Do you think it's funny you said that, right? So you saying they don't develop the youth?
Right. They don't. They trade for old players and try to get 2 or 3 good years out of them. And then what? They still don't get to the playoffs or the championship.
Who you put the blame on this year for the Knicks not going to the championship?
They were good last year. I don't know.
Yeah, they was the fourth seed.
Yeah, they just
with Tom Thibodeau. We had the same coach,
right?
Similar players,
but I don't know. They didn't gel right this year. I don't know what happened to them not to make the playoffs after they did so good last year.
A lot of people's giving slack on Juluis Randle. You think he deserved that?
Well, first of all, he's to me is a second star. He's not the main star that you should have. He's the second option. When he was in LA, he was like the third option.
So who would be the first option on the Knicks? Who you think? Or is there any?
A free agent.
Oh, you got jokes, bro.
I'm not joking, man. Like, with like Kyrie Irving's thing is up. They got a lot of good players that's in free agent this year. They can't get Kevin Durant. He signed up, and Ben Simmons signed up. So.
Speaking of Kevin Durant, man, Nick, relatively talking about Knicks, but we could add them bums, man. You talking like you're a Net fan.
No, Kevin Durant ain't no bum, man.
Listen, man, he bummed out in the first round.
Yeah, this year.
So.
But all them other years, he ain't bum out, man.
Okay, all right, but why you think that man ain't come to the Knicks though? If Kevin Durant would have came to the Knicks, do you think the Knicks would have made the playoffs, man? Same players the Knicks got, but we got Kevin Durant as an additional player.
Right. They would have made the playoffs with him and Randle. Yeah, because Randle, he pretty good. He don't get hurt that much. So he could give me at least 75 good games, man. That's the problem with the NBA now. You got people playing like 40, 50 games instead of 80, 82 games, man.
I had one interview say that the problem with that is that players is concentrating working on their upper body instead of their lower extremity.
Look,
where a lot of injuries take place.
Michael Jordan was good for 80 games every year. At least 80 games every year, man. What happened to the old players? Like, not just this sport, all sports. Jim Brown, he never hurt. He was hurt, but he still played. Players played when they were hurt. Now you got a sprained thumb. Oh, I can't play. And you paying this guy millions of dollars a year, man.
That's the problem with the Brooklyn Nets when we speak of a player called Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
He ain't play this year, but you know what? I don't care.
If he don't play the start of next year, get rid of him, man.
Well, y'all Brooklyn Nets fans, I mean, it's over for them. I don't even think Kevin Durant is going to be back. I don't think Kyrie.
He signed. Kyrie is up. Kevin Durant signed a multi-year. Same with Ben Simmons. But Kyrie Irving, he's not dependable, man. What team he was dependable on except Cleveland when he was with LeBron? Because LeBron was always on his case.
Yeah.
Any place else he went, he never showed up.
Okay, but you said something about the Knicks not developing.
They don't develop their players, man.
And that's the main reason why.
Look, they got rid of Porzingis. Oh, he's a first draft pick. He did good, but he got hurt. Okay, then all of a sudden you trade him to Dallas. Look at Dallas. Dallas has maybe 4 ex-Knicks, man. 4 or 5 ex-Knicks.
Okay, but do you realize that Dallas don't even have Chris Porzingis no more?
Yeah, I know.
He's on Washington Bullets.
Yeah, they got rid of him.
So what do that say about Chris Porzingis who's on the Knicks?
Well, you shouldn't have drafted him in the first place. Like I said, I never heard of him until they said first round pick Chris Porzingis. I said they had other players out there to pick, man.
So you was crying too, like that little boy in the draft?
Yeah.
You was crying too?
I still like the Knicks, and I hope they draft right. But look, that Nikita, he gone.
Frank Ntilikina, yeah.
In the first round pick, he gone.
How you feel about that?
And Knox,
Because you
he's
talked
gone.
about development.
Yeah,
Do you think Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox got the short end of the stick?
they sure did. Because like when they were there, they didn't even play them that much, you know. So they went to other teams, and sure they were practicing with the stars and all that, but you know they still didn't do good, man. They still didn't do good.
Nah.
They gotta. Hold on, Black. Hold on. Yeah, they still didn't develop their players.
Right.
You know, because like the Knicks, their first round pick lasts maybe 3 years at the most. 3 years. That goes for the last 10 years, man. Who's been on the Knicks more than 5 years?
I think we had Melo for about what?
That's Carmelo. He's a superstar. You know, he was a superstar, but the other ones, they don't do it, man.
All right, man. And last but not least, Tom Thibodeau.
He's a good coach.
He's a good coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
But what do you say to those who?
He had Coach of the Year last year.
Okay. Someone said that he shouldn't have gotten Coach of the Year.
Nah, he was good, man. He was good. He brought them from bums to the playoffs, man.
So why he couldn't do it this year, man?
I don't know. I can't answer that question, man.
And do you think that Tom Thibodeau, and this is the last question, is not so good with the youth? I'm hearing that he's not a youth development player. You said yourself.
Well, you hire assistant coach that is. You know, somebody has to be on the same level as these young kids coming in, man. You have to relate to them in some kind of way. If you don't, man, you done lost already.
All right, man. And with that being said, man, I want to thank you for coming on with Real Talk with Nick. We
You
talk
good,
nothing but
man.
Nick basketball, man.
Thank you.
Stay away from them Nets, man. Don't bump your heads with them Nets thinking they're going to do something and then they get swept in the first round, man.
Ah, man.
All right?
All
With that
right.
being said, peace and love, brother.
All right.